Chainlink starting off on the 4-hour chart. Then we'll zoom out to the daily and weekly, give you, what to watch for today, the rest of today, tomorrow, and then the days and weeks ahead as well. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more help navigating the markets, want access to our private Telegram, where I'm there every day doing multiple updates, hit the link below to Patreon, and I'll see you there. All right, so Chainlink on the 4-hour, what do we have? Well, we have these Bollinger Bands squeezing up really tight here. So we likely have a bigger move coming in the not so distant future. Could take, a couple days to play out. This is the 4 hours, so each candle, you guessed it, 4 hours. After this press down outside the Bollinger Bands, right, usually after a big move like that, you're going to need some consolidation, digestion of that move, and that's where we are now. But with the bands this tight, that is low volatility leads to big volatility. So what ideal scenario would we like to see? Right, you see this big volume here too, right? That's a good sign if you're looking for potential bottoms in whatever chart you're looking at. You want to see a volume to confirm that, right? You wouldn't want to see a volume like this with that big red of a candle, because that would likely mean that maybe not over just yet. But I like what we see here. Doesn't mean we can't go lower, but what we'd ideally like to see is what's called like a fulcrum bottom. They're rare and hard to do, but we've done it on another chart you might have heard of, maybe Bitcoin. We'll check that out in a minute. But 4-hour chart, see you move down here, then you get the sideways. You'd want it would look something like this, where we kind of recover pretty quickly here. Maybe 2 or 3 candles like this, and then get back to like equilibrium around the $6 area, how we kind of just trended sideways. It kind of looks similar to that. We could go up, right, something like that, but we'd have to have a power move here, looking at probably 10% plus. So that's what we're looking for out of Chainlink. Best case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, we reject here, and the big move comes red, right, and we go back down this way. And unfortunately, if you zoom out, you don't really have a whole lot to go on for support levels down below, and we'll check that out. How about right now? But first, let me check. Let's check the Gaussian channel on the 4-hour chart. You could see how high we are before we get back to our channel, right? So this is why it would be very bullish if we could, kind of somehow repeat this, put in a fulcrum bottom, double bottom here, and kind of work our way back up to the $6 area, get us back in the Gaussian channel. And not fall out of the abyss here. Okay, so let's zoom out to the daily chart. You can see here, right? Again, nice volume on a daily candle pressed outside the Bollinger Bands. So what are the odds here? Sideways, just like that 4-hour sideways chart, right? This digestion of that big move, right? So you want to look at, these are called fractals. If you see, the same pattern across multiple time frames, that's what sort of fractal is, right? So the move down, and the odds are sideways. However, right, the most bullish case is we make a run back to 6, get us back up to here. Could that happen? Absolutely, right? Bitcoin's done this multiple times. These kind of down and then up, right? And before I forget, let me go show you what I'm talking about on this fulcrum double bottom here. On the weekly chart, Bitcoin did this, right? Not so long ago, right here. This is ideal what we're looking at. These are hard to do and rare, but sideways and then back up, right? That's what we're looking for the ideal scenario. And when this happens, usually that's all she wrote for these lower prices, right? You're not likely to see those again when this pattern emerges like this. So keep that in mind. Even on the 4-hour chart, I like where we're going with Chainlink so far. Some good buys on the bigger time frames. We'll get to the weekly chart in just a moment. Let's readjust. Let's get some volume out of here now that I showed you that. How about the Gaussian channel on the daily? The daily chart still way back above us, 650 to even get back into kind of our equidistant stablecoin price area. So we're looking at that line to just get back, right? We could do that, but we're going to have a hell of a move here, which Chainlink hasn't done to the green side in a while. I mean, you can argue that, but I'm looking for a big Hulk candle like this. Rhyme with that. 12% in a day. Let's do that back to the upside. That's what we're looking for. But decent long-term buy areas right here, and that is shown on the weekly. So looking at the weekly Gaussian channel, we're still red, but we're trying to flatten off here. We're going to need to be back, $8, $9, $10 area before we can really level this off. And then, you know, green time, whenever the weekly Gaussian channel turns green on Chainlink, your price is going to have to, number one, be above 11, right? Because you got to be above the channel to turn the channel up towards you, right? It's just moving averages. But two, that would take out all these highs. So you see Chainlink on the weekly chart above $9, we're probably cooking. You want to be all aboard at that point. You know, probably on the weekly chart, it gets us back to bullish territory on the weekly Gaussian channel. So this is where the fireworks potentially get lit right here. Until then, right, the odds are sideways or chopped, right? We looked at this last video, when to buy Chainlink, right? You can go check that out. The same zone, we're still here. We're actually even at probably the best prices we maybe see for, you know, ever again in Chainlink. I don't know where the bottom is. If it's in, great. If it's not, you know, anytime down in here, if you're a long-term believer in Chainlink, it's one of the most important assets in crypto, you know, project-wise, of course, obviously infrastructure. So long-term, this is the area, right? And we had this drawn last time. We're going all the way back to May, right? A year zone. Anytime you're wanting to buy, sorry if the screen is small, everyone's got their binoculars out looking at the screen. You know, anytime you're in this zone, this is the buy zone for Chainlink, right? Anything, if you're buying up here, you're just being impatient. We talked about this on the last video. If you have the patience, right, and you're buying, you're DCAing, anytime you're hitting this zone, you're going to be well rewarded in, you know, the years ahead, right? Buying Chainlink for $5 seems stupid to even say out loud. Maybe it will seem that way even more in you know, the years ahead. So for me to you, this is the area of heavy accumulation for the long-term believers. Not financial advice, but what we're watching for is a weekly cross trigger buy on the Fisher transform. But like I said in the last Bitcoin video this morning, we have some signs of some good things ahead. Bitcoin, Chainlink, both of them. Trigger buys on the daily chart for the Fisher transform. Been going down since you know, a couple weeks now. Daily is looking good, but we want to kind of wait and be patient for one more close. We're looking to get parallel lines running like this. You have plenty of time, right? Because it's usually multiple days ahead, right? If not weeks, if we get this, especially after this long downturn trend, right? This is what we're looking for. So whether or not we're at the exact bottom, who knows? But long-term dollar cost average down in this area seems to be, you know, like a decent idea at the time as of right now. Okay. So indicators pretty low, right? RSI extremely oversold down here. Lowest we've seen maybe ever out of Chainlink. Keep that in mind, what I'm saying. We're going all the way back to a year ago, right? Where we got down to our bear market, you know, final capitulation, Mays and Junes. That's where we are, right? It's rare to see RSI on a daily chart this low. So throwing that out there for those of you that are looking for bones, right? So that is where we are for Chainlink on the daily, the weekly, right? Pressed down outside 20% red week. However, right, we've seen this before. Pressed down outside the Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour, on the daily chart, now on the weekly chart. So the odds are, if we don't recover this week, we're probably going to trend sideways and then maybe gradually move up and then hope to, again, do some kind of U-shaped bottom like that, right? We're looking something like this. That's the odds based on the chart, based on the chart, right? So that's what we're looking for. When we do start to go back up again, I would say once Chainlink clears 6 to 650 again and gets back in this weekly Gaussian channel, you're going to have you could have some regrets by not getting some down in here, right? I'm not saying that this is the exact bottom. We could go down, right? Of course, depends on what Bitcoin does, but you know, buying underneath the weekly Gaussian channel and after the bear market, the long-term bear market has ended, is a golden opportunity. If you're hearing me talk here, right? So let's see the 5-day Gaussian channel for Chainlink, where we've just dropped back outside of it. So yeah, if you want to be patient and you're like, I can't afford to lose any, but I do want to buy into Chainlink for the runs ahead, you have to wait till the channel turns green and your prices are above it. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wait for that $9 to $10 area, but you can be much more confident, right? You're going to miss out on the initial 2x, right? You're going to make probably 100% move off of the lows, if not more, but you can be very confident that Chainlink is getting ready to explode and go higher, right? So if you want to be the safest, you got to wait and have the patience and to weather through the initial part. But hopefully you're catching my drift on that, right? So the 5-day Gaussian channel update for Chainlink, still red, still in the lower part, right? We start to turn more bullish above 750. This will remain about that level probably for eternity. We're just going sideways. We have been for 13 plus months now. So buying down here, right? Maybe this is the final area it gives you, right? Nobody knows. Nobody has the crystal ball. But I would say if you bought Chainlink ever in history before and you've been bullish before, especially all of 2021, and you said, if $5 Chainlink ever came again, I would definitely load up. Well, here it is. What are you going to do, right? This is the area. Alrighty. Quote of the day. I have never in my life learned anything from any man who agreed with me, right? Try to find contrasting views to what you think, right? This is how ideas happen. All right. Car of the day. Toyota Supra with all kinds of customs, right? Custom wheels, custom wrap, custom wide body, custom fenders, custom colors, custom dilapidated house in the background. I don't know what's going on there with that one, but if green's not your color, how about white? We can do a wide body on white for you, gloss white. Either one. I kind of fancy that one. Pretty cool. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully this helped you. Chainlink update. Join our Telegram group. Great bunch of people in there. Lots of teachings, lots of help on a daily basis. Many updates, ability to request whatever you want. And I'm in there, for making multiple videos every day. Hope to see you there.